Pulling on the most. Dang. And see, this is why the mixtape can't get done, because every time y'all.
No, I'm actually freestyling. This ain't stuff that's written down. So it takes a minute for it to get there. Dang. You better stop thinking these people really freestyling.
Nah, I mean.
Who's the rapper that was freestyling with their phone?
Oh my gosh, which one? Joel Ortiz does it all the time.
Which is freestyle.
Yeah.
Wait.
Drake has done it.
Yeah,
Drake has done it. And
my man Troy Ave did it.
Troy Ave. Yeah. And it's funny, and it's funny because Papoose has a freestyle where he's not using his phone, so I think he was actually coming off the top, and he mentioned that, and they called them dumb niggas with a smartphone.
Oh wow.
Yes, sir.
I was like, wow, you really just gonna go hard like that.
Yes, sir.
All right, man, we're back. This is Baltimore Flava Radio. We have Brandon Johnson in the building, who once again is the state coordinator for suicide and violence prevention. I see the violence part of that. I just learned that when you gave me your title the other day. So let's see. Let's talk a little bit first, man, about how did you get the position? You took over after Henry? You took over after Henry.
No, I worked with Centuries.
Okay.
Yeah, so I worked with Centuries alongside Centuries on suicide prevention efforts across the state. So we work in collaboration.
Now, you guys fall under child. Oh, bring the mic closer. You guys fall under the Child and Adolescent Unit for the Behavioral Health Administration.
Right.
So do you guys deal strictly with youth suicide, or?
So we don't. So about a couple years ago, we changed the scope from being just strictly youth focused to suicide across the lifespan. So we deal with all ages, from 10 and up.
So when you can't get your girl, man, and she, there's always hope, brother. Just call the hotline. Okay, so talk a little bit about, give him the shades. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry, Dane. I'm sorry. See, when we get on each other like I just got on him, then we got to throw the glasses on to keep the shade or whatever. Okay, so talk a little bit about what you guys do with the administration.
So, as a whole, what we do is that we work to prevent suicide through different avenues across the entire state. One of those functions is oversight of the Maryland Crisis Hotline. So the Maryland Crisis Hotline is a 24-hour, 7 days a week, 365 hotline that will deal with particularly mental health crises. So the number's available 24/7, 365, and it's separated between 6 crisis centers throughout the state. So wherever you call throughout the state, you'll be patched into the crisis center that's closest to you, and they'll take the call and then help you with whatever concerns you have.
So you could get a call at 7 o'clock on Thanksgiving Day when you just sitting down, get ready to.
We actually had someone, I'll get to that too, but we have Twitter and Facebook pages. We actually had somebody who contacted the Twitter page with a concern. I sent her to the hotline. She called New Year's Day, 12:30 a.m. and called and was able to get in contact with somebody and was helpful.
So what is the process once someone calls in?
So once someone calls in,
so
once someone calls in, they'll get patched to whatever, through an algorithm, they'll get patched to whichever crisis center is closest to them. And then from that point, they'll ask, some general information, some general questions. And then from there, what they do is that they let you address whatever your concern is. So whatever, the reason for you calling, whether it is, you're feeling depressed, you feel like you need to talk to someone, you may have had something traumatic happen, like say if you lost a loved one, not coping well, just been laid off, having some issues, whatever the case may be, if you talk to them, they will begin the process of just trying to figure out what's going on and where you are in that process and how they can assist.
And if it gets to that point over the phone that you guys feel like you can't help, you know what I'm saying? At that point, what's the next process?
They can call 911. They are able to call 911, or they have mobile crisis teams, which in adult case, they were able to go out and actually have a team of professionals. And it may some do include a cop that's trained in mental health services and things like that, and they'll go and try to reach the individual. The individual says that they would like for somebody to come there personally if they don't want. It's an alternative to calling 911 and having to go do the ambulance and go in the hospital or something different.
That's wild. I can't imagine being on like the receiving end of that phone call. I mean, I know that you guys are trained,
Yep.
and you have certain steps that you have to take, but I'm just picturing like a frantic person calling and they're like right there on the edge,
Mm-hmm.
and it's pretty much your job,
Mm-hmm.
to.
I ain't gonna lie. I got one of those calls one night.
Really?
Yeah.
How did that go?
It
Was this a
like-
friend or?
Yeah, it was. Female friend. This was at like 4 in the morning, and she called me. She was crying, like crying. Huh? Oh, she called me. And she was like crying, like really bad, and she was telling me she had taken all these drugs.
Oh, so see, this is already after the fact. Okay.
Yeah, and she was like, she just waiting for him to kick in, and I was like, that kind of hurt me because I'm like I see value on her, right? And I was just hoping that she would see it in herself, and so we had talked for a minute, and I guess what she was trying to do didn't work. And the next time I saw her, I had saw her after that, and she was like really skinny, like really skinny. And I was like, what? And then the next time I had saw her, it was like she did like a complete 180.
But I mean, when you got the phone call and she told you what she had done, like, what was your reaction? Did you? I mean,
My
911
reaction, like,
needed to be called somewhere.
To be honest, okay, you ever seen Blue's Clues when he would jump in a book?
No.
You never seen that?
Did he say Bruce or
Blue's Clues.
Blues Clues. It did sound like he said
When
Bruce
you jump in
Bruce.
the book.
No.
Wow. Okay. Well.
Blues Clues?
Yeah.
We probably all have kids that
Right.
watch
Okay, that's
Right.
what I'm saying. Have y'all ever?
Nah, I don't know.
Have y'all ever? Have y'all
Yeah,
ever
I've
watched-
actually seen. I got
Okay,
two little
so you
ones.
know how they
yeah.
jump. You know how they jump in the
Well, my
book.
son was a
Yeah, I
teenager by the time Blues Clues.
I
came.
wanted. That's how I felt. Like I wanted to jump in the phone, like through the
Okay,
phone.
gotcha.
But I couldn't. She said she just wanted to talk to me.
So there was no 911 call, no.
Nah. I mean, it really wasn't.
So I mean, she basically she took pills.
Yeah.
Do you know what she took?
Nah.
And at that point, whatever she took, however many she took, it just didn't work. So what did she do? Like just go to sleep?
Well,
And-
yeah. After we got off the phone, I guess she went to sleep.
Wow.
And then when I saw her after that, she was just so skinny. I was like, what in the world? And then I saw her.
I mean, skinny from what she took.
I
Though?
don't know.
When was the last time you guys seen her before that phone call?
Probably like a few months before that.
Okay.
And she was normal size.
So evidently she had been going through some stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, if it had it also been a few months since you talked to her.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so you don't
seen
know.
and talk- yeah,
So
yeah.
you don't know what signs might have been
yeah,
going on that led
yeah.
up to, and that's what I was getting ready to get into with
Yeah.
Brandon. Like, what kind of signs do we look for in people that just might be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To that point where, because I mean, you can walk. Me personally, I know of a couple of people that have attempted suicide, and when I hear about it, I'm like, what? This person like
Right.
is totally a surprise because and there's been times when this person has attempted suicide like a day or two after I've seen them, and at the time that I've seen them,
Right.
everything was normal, cracking jokes, out eating and partying or doing whatever, and then 2 days later I'm getting a phone call
Right.
that they're in the hospital. So what kind of signs should we look for?
So it's a tough thing.
Yeah.
It's a tough thing. It's hard to completely know all the time. So, that's just putting that out there too. It's a difficult thing. So what we try to do is empower people with the signs and the knowledge of what may be going on. So one thing to look for definitely is feelings and signs of hopelessness. So depression is a major risk factor for suicide and suicidal ideation, which is another way of saying suicidal thought.
Okay.
So if a person is depressed, feeling hopeless, feeling worthless, that, you were just talking about value, if they feel like they don't have any value, that things, whatever the situation is currently in their life, is that they feel like they can't get past it, or it won't change, it won't improve. So feelings of hopelessness. And so that's one thing. Increased substance use. So it could be pills, it could be alcohol, and this could be a form of self-medication to try to cope with some things that have gone on, in their life or with a person. And with your example too, another sign is extreme weight loss or weight gain. I mean, in a short amount of time. If you're saying a couple months, she looked completely emaciated. When you just saw her and she looked, normal, she may be, not eating because of, a level of stress or trauma or whatever may be going on in her life.
And then you said also a sudden weight gain. That could be the depression and them using food as a...
Yes, and they can also, it could be either way. So extreme weight loss and weight gain, not on purpose. Not like they're trying to do a weight loss plan. They just completely look different. So that's another sign. And also, if the talk goes around increased death or dying. So increased death or dying is also, talking about, you guys wouldn't miss me if something happened, or you guys won't have to deal, worry about me for much longer, or, sometimes I wish I can just get rid of all this pain. Things like that are some of the verbal cues if they're increasing their talk around death and dying, or talking about what their funeral arrangements would be like, or what they would leave people stuff, and just kind of on a consistent basis. These may also be some signs that they're having some type of suicidal ideation as well.
So if a person calls into the hotline and you guys get them through whatever it is that they're going through at that moment, is there a follow-up, like a follow-through?
Yes.
To kind of like keep them... Okay.
Yeah, so the individual crisis hotlines do have a follow-up mechanism where they reach back to the person just to see how everything is going. So each crisis hotline has each different center has a different timeline of when they actually do follow up. But yes, follow-up is provided.
Where is our center in Baltimore, this area?
Baltimore is Baltimore Crisis Response. It is actually not far from here. Okay. It is in the 10 Hills area near Emerson Village, not far from there. I can give you their exact address for you to post on your page. Okay. But Baltimore Crisis Response is the center in the Baltimore City, Baltimore County area.
Okay.
Just asking then, if you don't feel comfortable with Shannon, you don't have to, but have you yourself attempted to commit suicide? Okay.
No.
So this is just something you just trying to help other people to value.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's a bigger issue than what people know.
Right.
It's the 10th leading cause of death in the United States. Period.
I thought it would be higher than that, honestly.
And yeah, it's up there, but it's higher than HIV, higher than homicide, and those issues kind of get a lot of the spotlight. But suicide is 10th, and we have over 40,000 people across the country who die by suicide each year. And in the last full year of data that we had, which is 2013, there were 561 Marylanders that died by suicide.
Wow.
561.
And is there also like a number of the attempts as well, or
we're still trying to find a way to really get all the attempt data. We have some, but it's not all encompassing because it comes from so many different places.
So that data that you got in, you said 2013.
Mm-hmm.
What's the time span for that? Is that just for that year?
Just for that year.
Are you? Wow.
Just for that year. Yeah.
Wow.
So 560.
And this is the stuff because, like you said, homicides and AIDS and all of that stuff is so much in the forefront. Like you sitting around, I'm sitting up here now just thinking like the murder rate in Baltimore City is like 350 for a year, and that's just constantly getting thrown in your face. And in the meantime, you've had 500 and something, almost double when you really think about it, the suicides. And that's not, obviously it's being addressed, but it's not being like put on a broad spectrum. To me, not to take anything from murders and homicides because that's obviously important, but to me, the taking of your own life is a little bit more scary and something that should be put more on a pedestal than, just always throwing the homicide rate in your face, man. 500 or something, that's scary in a year. And is that like, for the couple of years that you've been doing, is that like average for the state of Maryland?
Yeah, it's actually up, actually 4 individuals from last year. So last year it was 500 and something there, so 557 there. So it's gone up a little bit, which is concerning, and we're working to improve that. But it's a real difficult thing. And for ages, 10. If you look at ages 10 to around 24, it's the second leading cause of death in the United States for that age range. So when you look at the youth and what they're going through with, and that's trying to prevent suicides, we lose about, in the United States, we lose over 5,000 in that age range from 10 to 24.
So where does that total rank Maryland nationwide?
Maryland is actually under, our suicide rate is actually under the United States average. So our average rate is 9 per 100,000. The United States rate, the last one in 2012, was 12.3 per 100,000. So we're under the line, but it's still way too many. So,
and the fact that it's that age group between 10 and 24, like, man, that's real scary, dude. Like, I'm sitting here like kind of mind boggled right now, and like the young people, and I'm gonna take it from like 10 to, I'm not even gonna go as high as 24, because once you're that age, you start taking on some adult problems, and there's a lot of things that could be going on. But we've had people on recently, Dame, to talk about bullying and stuff like that, and all of that stuff kind of coincides, because when a young person, 10, 11, 12 years old, are getting bullied and they're not reaching out for help, this is the result, or this can be the result. You know what I'm saying? Like, and let me ask you this, because you work with young people, do you see in your day-to-day interactions any of the signs that he spoke about that we should be looking for?
When I first started, like 4 years ago, I saw, it was maybe 4, and that was like when I first started. But now it's not really as many.
Do you know anything in particular that they were going through?
A lot of them were going through separation of parents, and a lot of them were going through watching their mother like try her hardest and still come up a little short.
Not be able to, yeah.
So that was really the biggest issues that they had.
The separation of parents, to me, I think is the thing that I see the most that affects young people, because it's like you could go through their first however many years and used to having mom and dad together, and like for my kids, there's certain things that my kids will come to me for that they won't go to mom for, and vice versa. And when you have that element taken out of your home, and all of a sudden you can't go to dad because dad's not there, or you can't go to mom because mom's not there, then I think that's when they tend to start bottling things up inside. And like the reaction, it can be either this, where, okay, I don't want to be here anymore, and take yourself out, or it can be that violent reaction where you got a kid taking a knife to school or a gun to school, and something just gets them to that point, and then all of a sudden you got kids shooting up cafeterias and stuff like that, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's about building that resiliency in kids, being that, because we all at some point go through some difficult stuff, and kids are going through a lot. They go through a lot, as we see the stuff happening in Baltimore. Kids are exposed to a lot. They deal with a lot. And even talking about those homicides, that's traumatic. When it's somebody in your house or a close family member or a friend, that's traumatic. You have to, cope with that and try to deal with it and adapt with it in a positive light. And so that's what, we try to push and promote, to get young people to, kind of be able to positively deal and express and deal with some of the things that they've gone through. Just like the person you had earlier, Sunshine King, talking about, what she went through and turning it and using that, using arts as an avenue to kind of express or still, find enjoyment and kind of get through some of the things she's been through. That's key. That's important. We all go through some difficult stuff, and some, you talk to youth and things like that. Some of the things they go to, you just couldn't imagine. And so just being able to get through that, is important, and get through it in a healthy way.
So a lot of the talking that we're doing now is about young people, but I'm gonna just give an example. And I actually just found this out recently. We had a coworker that used to work with us before you, long before you came, because this was when we were actually down on Preston Street before we made the transition out to Catonsville, and he chose to stay down there because he didn't want to do the commute. And I knew that he had passed away about 4 years ago, but I never actually knew why. And I was having a talk with another one of our coworkers, and they told me that after he retired, he started going through some financial issues, basically in serious debt. And what happened was one day his wife was in the house cooking dinner, and he was outside in the garage. And the wife was calling him, basically telling him that, the food, was ready to come on and eat, and he never responded to her. And she said after about the fourth or fifth time calling, she kind of got worried, because usually when she yells out, he can hear. When she went out to the garage, the guy had shot himself in the head. You know what I'm saying? So it's and this is a guy that if you met him and you got to know him as a person, that would be the last thing that you would ever expect from him to do. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna show you a picture of him on Monday. But I'm saying that to say that you just never know. Diamond sitting over there relaxing right now, chilling in the cut, could just be going through all kinds of things, and you just never know. So I try to listen to people when people talk, and kind of listen for those signs that you were just saying, but also kind of listen to just talk that's 150% out of the ordinary for them, and sometimes I can pick up on it and sometimes I can't. Now, fortunately, I haven't had a person personally, in my circle, whether it be family or close friends, anything like that, that have committed suicide. But I'm just sitting here wondering if I wasn't able to pick up on a certain thing and found out that somebody close to me did it, how I would react. I mean, that's kind of devastating, man. That's kind of devastating. So let's talk a little bit now, move forward for the violence part of what you guys do as well, because like I said, that was an element that I didn't know until you gave me the title. So do you guys have programs and stuff that you do to kind of?
So the violence piece is new.
Okay.
So the violence part is new.
That's why I didn't know.
Right. So what we're trying to do with that is work to do youth violence prevention throughout the state. So we're in the midst right now of just trying to find people to collaborate with. We've been in talks with some organizations that do that already, and just trying to collaborate with them. We had to push before. Like I said, when Centrice and I were there, we were working to try to do that, and then we're focusing on the suicide aspect of what we did, and so we're still just in the process of trying to move that forward and get a concrete plan of what we want to do, and especially with the uprising that took place and the things going on, we definitely want to tap into that as well.
I'm not gonna lie, I was praying hard for the city yesterday, because when you saw them lining up downtown at 8:30 in the morning, You just knew that if the charges got dropped or if Mosby would have got taken off the case, it would have.
Right.
It would have just taken one thing, you know, and the trigger. It would have been April all over again, man. And fortunately, I think only one person got arrested yesterday.
Yeah,
was it just the one person that was in the street.
Yeah.
So fortunately, but I think the thing that people need to understand about that is that it's still not over. All of the stuff that, that's happening today and that's going to happen next month is like the preliminary stuff. And you still got to go through this trial. And it's going to be a whole lot of stuff that happens between the preliminary stuff and the trial. And, I mean, anything we can do, man, to just try to, people are going to be out there protesting, man, but we got to find a way to avoid that situation that happened in April again. Maybe when Diamond gets in office, he could come up. Well, he never told us what he was running for either, did he? That's supposed to be the big announcement? Okay. That's supposed to be the big announcement. Never mind. I think he's running for president in 2020.
Oh, you
Him and
Kanye.
Kanye.
Going against Kanye.
Light versus brown skin versus dark versus light skin. Okay, cool.
Dude, you got my vote over Kanye, yo. There's no way in the world.
Oh, no.
I would vote for Kanye.
You would vote for Kanye? Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Why would I vote for this young black man that wants to help? He should help people. Why would I do that? That's the question you're asking?
Yeah. Is that your answer? Because he's a young black man that wants to help people?
I think that he has the mind and the intellect for it. He's clearly more than just a rapper.
Yeah, definitely.
Or producer.
Definitely.
Or fashion icon or whatever. I don't think you go to school for politics. I think that if you have a social
That I definitely agree
awareness,
with.
which I think he has it. I mean, would I vote for Soulja Boy? No. But, and I think in 4 years, Kanye's mind is going to be even more.
Okay.
So I would vote for Kanye.
I
You think
can't.
he's ready to run the country?
In 4 years,
Yeah.
was Barack Obama, was he on the radar 4 years before? He just got on the radar 4 years before he ran. So yeah, I think he gets his mind right. As you say, he can study, he can make moves, he can open doors that a lot of people can't open because of his celebrity, and he can transition. Ronald Reagan was an actor before he became governor and then became president.
Right.
So yeah.
So you don't think he should take another office first and then proceed?
If he say he want to be president, then he's gonna campaign.
I can't imagine Kim Kardashian as the first lady, man. I just
Why?
I
Because you can see it in your
I
phone
just
before?
can't. Yeah. No, not even that.
Is that the only reason?
No, she
I
just
think she could do the first lady stuff. She could host the parties and have the china, the dishes, and she could do she could do that.
So you think that's all Barack's wife does?
No,
It's
she does
just-
much
okay.
more, but
So-
there are a lot. She does more than any of the others.
Right,
have.
exactly,
Most of them
exactly.
do what I
Do you
do.
think?
Without the
You got
China.
Eleanor Roosevelt. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Everybody else is just fashion.
Nancy Reagan did
Okay,
just say no.
Nancy Reagan pretty much ran the shit.
Do you think that Kanye is ready? Do you think that his personality would the China's leader? I don't know his name.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay. Now you know how Kanye West's personality is.
But I need you to talk into the mic.
Oh, I'm
please.
sorry. Yeah, because I thought we were having. But you know how Kanye's personality is,
Yeah.
right? Do you think that would cause the leader in China to
Bomb the U.S.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably so.
Okay.
You ain't got the answers, man.
Because he ain't gonna be like that.
No, he won't. He won't. But
First of all, that was 2 years ago, and now you gonna add 6 more years on, and the situation talking to the leader of that country and talking to Sway, totally different. Totally different. It's a different.
But I'm talking about his personality though, because
It ain't about
his personality has been the
George
same.
Bush does not care about black
His
people.
personality when he first came out, he said
So
that.
Donald Trump's personality is different. You know what I'm saying?
No, his personality is just.
Donald Trump is fucking
It's
crazy.
worse. I think he's
His
worse than
personality is
Kanye
worse
right
than
now.
Kanye's
Yeah,
ever.
yeah. I have
You know who
to.
Donald Trump is. He's born in
Dude.
Why is that
I don't.
always?
I don't agree with Diamond like 4 times a night. Something's not right. Let's get back to
Donald Trump is crazy.
Donald Trump is
I don't
off
know
the
his
chain.
political views and stuff.
Donald Trump Donald Trump, I think, is going to go off and just start bombing at the first sign of anything. Especially if it's going to cause the U.S. to lose some money.
Did y'all notice that there are 2 white blimps in the sky now?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Why are you saying now?
Because they wasn't there last week.
They've on and off. They've been. Yeah.
Yeah, they've been.
Yeah, that's what I see.
No, because I'll be looking in the sky and I only see one. Then this week I saw 2. I'm like, what in the world?
And at nighttime, it's this white thing being in the sky. It's like a circle.
I'm pretty sure it's not white.
And when it's dark on this side of the earth, the sun shines on it.
Right. So are they existing at the same time?
Yes.
No, they're not.
Yes.
No, they're not.
Suicide Prevention Week.
I keep trying to tell y'all not going to win.
Suicide Prevention Week, man. Give us a little bit about what's going on. I can't with Dane.
So, Suicide Prevention Week, in particular, what we're just going to have we're doing a Twitter chat on one of the days to do with a couple of the organizations that we work with. And so our Twitter handle is at MD Suicide Prev, PREV, because Twitter only allows you to do so much.
Yep.
So
that's why we're at Be More Flavor.
Right. Exactly.
Follow
So that's what we're doing there, primarily because our major conference is the first week of October.
Okay.
And so because of that, that's our big push. We have our annual Suicide Prevention Conference, which is October 7th at Martin's West. If you go to University of Maryland's Training Center website, you'll be able to register for that.
And that's big every year with the ginkgo leaf on the.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, and then you have it on the shirt
definitely.
as well. That was started by my man Henry.
Yes.
Westray. Very interesting. You never knew Henry, did you?
No, we have yet to meet. We have yet to meet.
We'll have that discussion off camera. Okay, so just in general, man, before we wrap this up, just give us some general contact information for the hotline, like the number,
Sure.
the Twitter page, the Facebook, and everything, man.
Okay, so for the Maryland Crisis Hotline, the number is 1-800-422-0009. So that's 1-800-422-0009. And again, 24/7, 365, somebody will answer the phone. In terms of Twitter, that handle again is at MD Suicide Prev, so PRV, because we can't get Vention in there. So, and the Facebook page is facebook.com/MD Suicide Prevention, because Facebook allows you to fit the whole thing on there. And so that's where we are currently. And if you also go to the DHMH website and go to the Behavioral Health Administration's page, there is information on suicide prevention.
So if I'm working in one of these centers, man, like I have to physically, because I keep going back to this, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, somebody calling,
Right.
And the itis.
somebody's physically in the center.
Yes, somebody is there to answer
Kudos
the
to
phone.
them, man.
And they are, I can vouch for them. The staff is unbelievable at each of the centers. They get trained and trained and trained. We're still, we
that's
find
ongoing,
new trainings
but
to do for them.
That's why you're sitting on 4-hour teleconferences, right?
Yes, 4-hour conference calls.
Conference calls.
And things like that. So, so we get them trained. They are wonderful. So I've gone to some of the centers and met the staff, and they are absolutely amazing. It takes special people to be tasked to do something like that. So you have to be really called to do something.
And where are the other centers located? Like what region are they in?
So we have one on the Eastern Shore.
Okay.
There's one in Harford County. There's one in Montgomery County. There's one in Western Maryland in Frederick, and the one in Baltimore City, Baltimore County.
Awesome.
Everywhere.
Give some shout outs, man. I thought you were going to have your kids here tonight hanging out
Oh,
with us.
no. Hopefully they sleep.
You got the cutest little kids, man.
Hopefully
they
they
ain't stay
sleep.
up to listen to you?
No, Nicholas and Anastasia, I hope they sleep. I really do hope they sleep. So, so definitely just, so reach out to us. Like I said, this is homicide is a big issue as well. Suicide is a big issue. It's not usually talked about a lot, so I appreciate
not talked about nearly.
Yeah, and even
enough.
I just I saw a few weeks ago Styles P from the Locks, his daughter actually died by suicide.
Oh, wow.
He had put up a post on Instagram, kind of letting everybody know what happened. And
This was recent?
yeah, this was definitely about maybe a month and a half ago. Yeah. Yeah.
How old was she?
Yeah, she was young. I forget her age, but yeah, she was young, and that was one of my favorite rap groups ever.
Yes.
So so he's.
And see, that's what I'm saying. I mean, Styles P isn't Jay-Z rich, but he's not Antoine broke either. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you never know what that young girl might have been going through, man.
Exactly.
Man, I had no idea about that. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. One of my favorite rappers, period. And then the Lox as a whole is one of my favorite.
Mine too.
Wow. I didn't know you liked the Lox, man.
I love the Lox. I grew up, yeah.
Wow.
I definitely did.
Hold up. Hold it.
For real?
Dang, are you serious?
What?
You don't know who the Lox are?
He
Oh.
He didn't know Straight Outta Compton, was he?
You didn't know
He
NWA?
thought Straight Outta Compton was the name of the group.
Why would I think that?
There's a Compton's Most Wanted now. That's a group.
I don't know that.
Oh God, we gotta have a hip hop 101 class in here because he ain't know who Sean Price was.
Yeah, just best.
Dang, yeah, we gonna have a special.
Don't judge me.
That fight. It might have to be like a month long to really get you some hip hop knowledge.
Bring me back up for that.
He needs to learn a rap group a week going forward.
All right.
I think we can do that. Starting with, you know what Poor Righteous Teachers is? Starting with Poor Righteous Teachers. You know who Boogie Down Productions is?
Keep going.
Do you know who JJ Fad is?
Keep going.
Oh, you ready? Oh, you don't know?
You know who Tribe?
You don't know none of them.
You know a Tribe Called Quest?
Yeah, I know that.
Okay.
No. He just saying that he heard the name before.
You know the Dog Pound?
One
Name the
Tribe
members.
Called Quest song.
No, name the members of Tribe Called Quest.
No, a member.
Ice-T. I mean, Q-Tip. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm glad you redeemed yourself. Because I might have to put you on suspension for a month.
I'm sorry, Q-Tip.
Okay, one song.
Scenario.
Okay, man, you picked my favorite one too.
Probably the best one.
Okay, I'm gonna give you one more.
One more better be good.
I'm gonna give you one
I'm
more.
surprised he knew that.
You know Souls of Mischief?
Oh.
That was a tricky one.
Yeah, okay, that was tricky. Do you know Luke?
Uncle Luke.
Wanted to make it obvious.
That was too easy.
That was too easy. Come on, help me out, Diamond.
Onyx. Oh, okay.
You know Onyx?
You know Honest?
Yeah.
Name an Honest song.
The song Onyx.
They don't have no song called Honest.
Yes, they do.
Let's go for Slam, man. Let's go for Slam.
What's the name of the song?
Honest.
Well, y'all tell me the name of the songs. I figure if I hear the word more than once in a song, then that is part of the chorus, and that's the name of the song.
Slam, yeah.
You know Naughty by Nature?
Yeah, it's a slam that
Not any of his songs.
His?
His.
You don't know any of Naughty by Nature songs? His song? What's his name? That's what I
You don't know Hip Hop Parade? You don't know You Down with OPP?
Yeah, I know those songs.
Okay, so you...
Let
me ask you something.
A person is three people.
I know. I was going to ask you. All right, so who was Noriega in? Who was he with?
CNN, Capone and Noriega.
We gonna cut this mic off.
Nah, but we gotta. Nah, I mean, cause
I gotta educate me.
Yeah, I'm trying to get an understanding. This is like, look, this
Now,
is like,
R&B, I got that.
this is like the entrance
Noriega,
test.
His name is Nori.
Yeah, it's Nori. But this is like the entrance test. We gotta see how much she knows, so we know where to start.
Now R&B, old school, I got that. That's down pat.
90s, so
Listen to
all
me.
these songs that came out in '96, you know what I mean? He was like 2.
Oh,
So he
listen,
wouldn't know it.
R&B,
Even though we know songs that came out
R&B.
in the 60s, but
70s on.
all right, I got a question for you.
I'm listening.
How many people in the Funky Four?
I'm gonna assume that it's 4.
Okay, just checking.
I mean, I don't know.
But then it got to be the Funky 4 plus one more. So technically,
I started again when I said nah. I was going to
that was a good. That was good right there because it's actually 5.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if it
But-
was a trick question. So I said I'm guessing.
Because it was 4 dudes and a girl, and when they added the girl, they became the Funky 4 plus one more. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we gonna get you there, Dane. We gonna get you to the point where you
Alright.
can at least get a C
All right.
on a hip hop test.
Who sings?
I don't think he
Who sings? You're once, twice,
Oh my gosh.
3 times, or
Who sings?
Lionel
What-
Richie.
Teddy Pendergrass.
And what happened to him with his wife, him and his wife?
No, I'm not trying. I don't look at people's history.
See, that's the
His
problem.
wife beat him up.
thing.
No, I don't know nothing about his wife beating him up.
Yeah.
Is that a real?
Like
that?
that?
That's
Yeah,
what
she
I'm
called him with.
Yeah, you ain't know that. See, that's why you gotta learn about stuff, man.
All right.
A lot of
You know who
those.
Quincy Jones is?
Yeah.
Who is it?
The guy that I don't know
Love
if he.
guy.
I don't know if he.
respect.
I don't know if he.
You know
ran
Barry Gordy?
Motown.
No respect.
Oh,
That's why I was
No,
gonna say. I don't know if he ran
He
Motown.
said Quincy
Right,
Jones
ran Motown, right?
Well,
So
let's say that again. So Quincy Jones ran Motown.
No, I said I don't know if he did, but I know Barry Gordy at one point was.
he is Motown.
Who is Quincy Jones?
I don't know his
He said,
position.
no, it's fault.
I don't know his position.
Yo, did you say Nas, man?
That's probably what he's going to say.
He really trying to put you out
Y'all
there like
ain't right.
that, Dane. He's
Y'all ain't
really trying to
He
put
said
you
you
out
do He said you 70s R&B.
there. Yeah, you
So I
did.
gave him a big 70s, 80s producer,
I was
and he said he Motown.
no because at some point he did kind of like was like almost like the head of Motown.
No,
Yeah.
Quincy Jones.
Not Quincy.
No.
Yeah.
No, he was working with a lot of Motown artists like Michael Jackson, of course, and a few others,
That was
but
after
no.
Motown.
Yeah. See, you.
Yeah, Motown was in the 60s. You know.
Motown wasn't.
Where's Motown, Dane?
And was it Nashville?
Oh! He can't get no C. He can't even take the test.
No.
Motown. How's Motown in Nashville?
I just one of these days.
Nashville's Nashville. Yeah, wait. Okay, that's
Yo,
your
this-
homework.
Yo,
Figure
this
out where
dude's.
Motown
Hold
is.
up. Hold it. Dude.
Back
Dude.
to the mic. Back to
No,
the mic.
I'm ready to
trying
backslap you so
No,
hard
listen,
right now.
because I'm trying to like look at like a picture of it in my head, and I'm trying to remember
You
the
just was talking
sign.
about people in Motown. You don't know where it is. Come on,
Do you know where any of your favorite rappers live?
sure.
Where? Like name somebody and you know where
Who's
they.
my favorite rapper?
I don't know.
Who's my favorite rapper?
Pick a rapper. Just say their name.
First of all,
Pick a rapper. Say their name.
First of all, a very, very one of the best white boy rappers is from Motown.
Yep.
What I asked you is where they live.
I just told you. He's from Motown.
Motown's in Detroit, Dame. That's like the.
Wow. Eminem's
Wow.
from Motown, aka Detroit. I went to Motown. It's a museum.
What is it? Motown.
You been to the museum?
Mhm.
Raw.
It's like a house like
Yeah,
this.
yeah, I've seen it. Like
and
a
they got, you know,
right.
like this
Like-
was a certain studio in one room, and it's inside.
Hitsville, USA
Yeah,
on the front.
That's right. That's the name of it.
And let me tell you,
That's what it is.
let me tell you, this is totally off the subject, but this is kind of because that was the original structure that they were in,
Yep.
correct? Okay, so if you go to Memphis, Tennessee, Martin Luther King, right? That's where he was assassinated, right?
Man, you
The,
better do your history. You don't know.
No, I had to make sure. I wasn't going to say Nashville.
Oh,
had
so
to
you
make
asked
sure.
the question to see if you wrong.
No,
All right.
because
instead of just saying what you think.
right now,
Oh, all right.
what I was trying to get at before, it's called the National Civil Rights Museum now, but
That
at that
hotel.
time, it was called the Lorraine Hotel.
Yeah.
The bottom, the lobby portion, the lower level of the hotel is like gift shops and
Right.
displays and everything.
Right.
But the actual room that he was in when he got murdered is exactly the same
Yeah.
as it was.
Yeah.
And the only thing that they did was glassed it off. But like all of the clothes that he had, the suitcases and everything, I'm assuming that they removed the food because
Jesse
like
Jackson still standing
Right.
on the steps.
he probably is still there on the balcony. And those two cars that were actually there, I don't know if they're replicas or if they were the originals, but they still have at least replicas of the two cars standing down there.
Sure,
And it's
like in the movie.
yeah, and it's real eerie because if you look out of a window, you can look directly across the street and you can see where the gunman actually shot him from. And they have like a thing on the wall right here that shows like you are here, and then a red line that goes to where the guy was actually.
Wow.
And it's it's so freaking eerie in there, man. I stood there for like about 5 minutes, and then I just had to not only just walk out of the hotel, but I had to actually walk up the street for a few minutes, man, because it's too. It just felt like it was too still. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this was right. And I mean, like this was. You can't go out on the balcony because they have that glassed off as well. But like this was like 20-something years ago that I went, but you're still talking like 20-something years after the fact, and it just felt so
Frozen in time.
Yeah, like it was just like his hat, his clothes, the bed was still unmade. There was still dishes in there, like coffee cups and all of that kind of stuff. It was crazy, man. If you ever have the chance to go, and I'm mad because I took like a zillion pictures, and back then this was take the roll to Rite Aid and get it. So I had like 3 or 4 envelopes full of pictures that I took from there. Somebody broke in the car and stole all my daggone pictures, man. And I haven't been able. No, they actually stole the pictures. Like went through the glove compartment, and I'm like, come on, man, you couldn't. Right. But left the money in the little part in the middle. Go figure.
You still got a camera CD and some pictures of Martin Luther King.
But if you ever have a chance to go to Memphis, man, I say go to there instead of waiting 7 hours in the line to go to Graceland to see Elvis Presley's old house, and the wait was literally that long, like 7 hours.
Why would I go to Graceland?
You think Tupac's still alive too?
No.
Tupac is alive.
You think Eazy-E's still alive?
No,
No,
unfortunately,
Eazy-E's
no.
gone.
You think Eazy-E was purposely injected with the AIDS virus?
Yes.
Yes. Let me tell you why I think that.
Or
Because
some, or
he
female
didn't
just
know that
didn't
he
tell.
had, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else around him.
Wife, kids,
Jump
mistresses.
Off,
Yep.
off, nobody. And he had kids, like he had a newborn child, and if he, now if you know, and you take the medication, and they can prevent it. But he didn't know, so he was living life raw dog, old dirty bastard style, and nothing, nothing.
But then,
and he didn't know. He
and
was
and
sick.
I agree with that. But then I kind of look at Magic Johnson because he didn't know, but wasn't Cookie pregnant when he found out that he was HIV positive?
I don't think
I-
she was pregnant.
But
I think
the
the
son
child
is
was
out
already
now?
born.
They're already born. Okay.
The son is out now.
Son is,
Yeah, the son.
His
That
son.
guy? I don't know if it was another.
His son is out now. Yeah.
No,
he probably
when he
had,
says-
one child that didn't make it or something, and so
Oh,
No.
yeah, no.
No, but his son. Okay, so when you said his son that's out, I thought you meant the son that's out. I
I mean,
thought
he
you
is
were
out,
referring to
clearly.
like
Yeah,
out the
that's
closet.
right. That's the one.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
a lot of ways.
yeah, that's what.
yeah, that's
Okay, and if you, it was all over YouTube. Pretty much it's been all over YouTube and Facebook since the movie came out. It was a clip of Suge Knight, and I think he was on the Jimmy Kimmel show, and he made that little reference about, oh yeah, now we don't kill you, they got this injection that they put in you. It's the slow death, kind of like the Eazy-E thing. And I'm looking at him like,
Wow.
yeah, 'cause not only is it disrespectful, but then it makes you wonder, because
But that goes to show you how stupid that brother is.
right, but doesn't that make you wonder, like, since you,
People was already wondering. Bone Thugs and Harmony has said that long before.
Suge Knight specifically?
They said somebody did something because
Right.
they said they were around him,
Right.
and it just happened. She just was sick. It was just,
It just came out of the blue, but see, but
'Cause
him,
nobody has full blown AIDS.
right,
You have a past.
a stage,
You don't just
exactly.
have
You don't just
one.
have age, right?
Stage 4.
Right.
You know what I mean? It
Right.
don't happen like that.
But doesn't that little comment that he made make you kind of wonder if he had anything to do with that? Like, really? Because they were going through some stuff at the time,
Definitely.
and I'm trying to think back to the movie, but I think Dre.
Well, the movie left a lot of stuff.
Yeah, the movie left a lot of stuff out, but Dre was kind of he had either already gone to death row or was in the process of going to death row when the Eazy-E thing happened. And
No, Dre had been on death row since '92.
okay, so but there was still a beef. There was still a beef going on because Suge supposedly had the goons run up on him and made him sign the contract to sign over the rights and everything.
That had happened in '92, but there was already tension. But Dre was had already left.
Okay. Okay.
When Eazy-E died.
And Eazy-E was really gonna kill him. Like he was really to that point where he was ready to take him out. I heard about that long before.
You can't. Was
My favorite.
You either did it or you
Well,
did it. I mean, it had already. Their beef had already happened.
right. But I think Jerry Heller was the one that kind of talked him out of that. Like,
Yeah, and it was the right thing. We're talking about it.
Suge got a lot of.
Although, had somebody killed Suge Knight in
He would have died.
'95,
Right.
that would have changed a lot of things.
Right.
Tupac would have still been alive.
Biggie would still be alive. Suge has a lot of karma coming back on him right now. You stupid. You stupid. First the Fat
Well,
Boy
actually, no, he
wake up and now this.
Nah, because Human Beatbox died, I think, in '96. So
You know the Fat Boy's name? Name one
I don't know their names.
Fat Boy song.
no, not Jared before he ate something.
I mean, because I feel like I know, but I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Jared?
Now, is it the two dark skinned guys and the Caucasian
And the
guy?
light skin. He's not Caucasian. He's light skin.
Caucasian.
This dude's
He looks really, really light. I thought he was Caucasian.
the light skinned dude from the Fat Boys.
Chris Markey does not look white. You talk crazy.
That's a good note to end the show. Give your shout outs, man.
No.
Give your shout
No,
out.
I've done enough talking for today.
No, you need
I'm
to say
good.
you need to say something so that
Say something smart.
yeah, because that doesn't need to be your legacy on this show.
Something smart.
Give your shout outs, man. The way you always do.
You go to church every week, and I out church you.
You didn't. Sorry. I mean, I could have went more in depth, but I chose not to.
Can you name
Just
a
a legend.
gospel rapper?
There's actually one that been to our church.
A group?
He said one gospel rapper.
Can you name a gospel rapper, male, female, group, anything?
Hurricane. You told me name a gospel rapper, and I did. No, do.
I'd have said Loudmouth, because that's the one that's been to the church.
Shout out to Hurricane.
He's gonna be on the show soon too, by the way.
Squad.
Yeah. Give your shout outs, man, so we can get out of here. I'm hungry.
First and foremost, I have to thank God again for bringing everything full circle. Shout out to Baltimore Flava family. Squad. Shout out to all of our listeners. Shout out to all of our guests, Mr. Brandon, and as well as Ms. Sunshine.
Mr. Brandon.
He says it sounds like a prayer. You notice that? Like the way he does it, it's just like, bless my mother, bless my father, bless the person who made this burger.
Y'all ain't right.
Yo, it's actually been subdued tonight. Trust me. Trust me.
Just turn up. Get excited. Be happy.
I'm done.
It's like he doesn't really want to shout y'all out. It's just like, okay,
No, I do.
shout out to you.
I do. No, I really do. Those are my shout outs.
You're gonna get mad at me because I got a piggyback on Diamond because it does kind of sound like now I lay me down to sleep.
It does. It's
God
like the
bless.
same shit. Cages.
God bless everybody in the whole wide world. No, you Dan, you my dude.
Nah, man.
You my dude.
See, if Jim was here, she would have my back. You feel me?
I don't know. She might have jumped in on. She might have jumped on the outside on that one. She might have.
That's crazy.
Yo, tell them about the shirts, man.
Oh, also, if you would like to purchase a shirt,
No, that was a cool look, man.
no, we good. Also, if you would like to purchase a shirt, visit.
Oh my gosh, come on.
No, I was about to say.
Send an email to Baltimore Flava Radio at yahoo.com with your name, size, and color. T-shirts, are
15.
$15, and $3 of that will go. $3 of that will go to the 300-man march.
Campaign.
The
Yes.
polos are
25.
$25, and $5 will go to the 300
See,
man.
they're personalized polos, man. You gotta put that on there because they gotta know they're gonna get their name on there, man.
Oh, yeah, because I forgot you do. Okay.
Yeah.
You personalized polo, like your name. You can get your name on these. So
Or anything that you want. It doesn't have to be.
and you could get it in any color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're working on the size situation too because Dame's large was fitting him like a 4X. He felt some kind of way about that.
Swimming in that.
So we I still need the picture though, man.
Oh yeah, got you.
Yeah, okay. Yo, shout out to our girls. I don't know where they are. I don't know where none of them are tonight. They just
Wherever you guys
wherever
are.
you are. Lakia Nicole, I really wanted to, I was hoping that I would have gotten here early enough to have her call in tonight for the suicide thing because I think this is something that she would have wanted to touch on. But shout out to my girl Marquita. Shout out to my girl J. Nicole. Shout out to take that.
Nah, he don't get a shout out today.
Yo, Diddy gets a shout
he
out every
definitely
week.
doesn't.
Man. He comes in and holds us down. He makes the show
No.
exciting.
Dude,
He got you through the first half hour of the show.
he did. He came in the clutch.
Because when I turned it on Ustream, when you were sitting there by yourself, I was like, oh my gosh.
At first, I didn't even know I was on until he was like, you want to go?
I was gonna play music to you guys. You said, I can do it. I said, you thought about what you want to say? You know what you want to say? He said, what you mean?
Oh, Lord. See?
You don't think about what you want to say? He said, no, I just say it.
Well, yeah, we do kind
I
of
said,
just.
aha.
Aha! Shout out to Sunshine King for calling in tonight, man. Good luck on the whole program that you have coming up tomorrow. And shout out to Brandon Johnson for coming and hanging out with us tonight, man.
Appreciate it.
Your kids should have stayed up to listen to the show, though, man.
They wasn't gonna make it. And you don't even want them in here.
Yeah, especially the young. Oh, yeah, they did damage.
Yeah.
They would have did damage.
Yeah, y'all knew mics would have been.
Dude, they would have been flipping air conditioners.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I
Flipping
love them.
monitors.
they a squad on
Nah,
their
it ain't
own.
that bad. But I don't know who's on the show next week. I gotta start bringing my book. Damn, you keep forgetting to remind me.
Right. Bring your book next
Let me
week.
see. What's next week? The second Friday. I don't know. Tune in. Stay tuned.
It would be the second Friday. of
Yeah, that's
September.
what I was trying to think of, man.
See, you off too, so we good.
Baltimore Flava Radio, RadioOnFire.com. We out. I'm not talking to Dame anymore. You're on 1 week suspension. Let me put the sunglasses on.